Black Panther. It's been doing excellent in the box office and it's a critically acclaimed film. I've seen it myself and I thought it was a great movie. However, a theme came to mind, and that was this relationship between Africans and African Americans. The movie touched on it a little bit, but in this video, we're going to explore it a lot further. Before we start, this video contains spoilers from the movie Black Panther, so if you haven't seen it yet, pause this video, go watch it, then come right back. So Black Panther centers on a character named T'Challa. T'Challa becomes king of Wakanda after his father's death. Wakanda is a fictional African nation that is highly advanced. A lot of their advancements are due to them having a rare metal called vibranium. Because of their advancements, they choose to stay hidden from the rest of the world. Now, in order for someone to become king, they must go through rituals. This includes winning a ritual combat and consuming an herb and entering into a spiritual realm. When T'Challa enters into the spiritual realm, he sees his father and his ancestors in this grasslands area in Africa. Later on, we're introduced to a character named Erik Killmonger. Killmonger is depicted as the antagonist of this film. He actually dethrones T'Challa through ritual combat. When he consumes the herb, he enters into the spiritual realm, but in this case, we see him in an apartment building in Compton, California. That's where he grew up. So let me give some context to the Killmonger character. Killmonger is the son of N'Jobu. N'Jobu is T'Challa's uncle. N'Jobu leaves Wakanda and goes to America, where he sees an African-American woman and they give birth to Killmonger. At the start of the film, we see both Killmonger and N'Jobu. Killmonger is playing basketball outside of this apartment building that he enters into in the spiritual realm. N'Jobu is inside that apartment building. It's revealed that he took some vibranium from Wakanda and is trying to give it to African Americans in America. T'Challa's father confronts him in this building and they have a disagreement. This dispute results in N'Jobu's death. After this, T'Challa's father leaves the apartment and leaves Killmonger behind. So basically, Killmonger is an African American because he spends his childhood in America. Back to the spiritual realm. When Killmonger is in this apartment complex, he sees his father, but he doesn't see any of his ancestors. Interestingly enough, outside of the windows of this apartment building, he sees the grasslands in Africa. This stuck out to me because it symbolized an African American being disconnected from their African heritage. This has led to some tensions between Africans and African Americans. According to some scholars, Africans have a sense of nationalism, they have their own culture, their own language, and because of that, African Americans are often hostile, and both groups are often competing with each other, especially in the US. Another scene from the movie that reminded me of this relationship was when Killmonger first met T'Challa. When they first meet, Killmonger says something along the lines of, "What's up?" And T'Challa's like, "Who are you?" And Killmonger's like, "So you guys got all this vibranium here and you're not trying to help liberate black people around the world?" And T'Challa's like, "We only care about what happens in Wakanda." And Killmonger's like, "So you'd rather black people be oppressed?" And T'Challa's like,
"I said what I said!"
Not really. Once again, I was reminded of this relationship between Africans and African Americans. In this case, it was more of an us versus them moment. T'Challa was the African and Killmonger was the African American. In the US, African immigrants often don't want to be called black. A lot of scholars think this is because they don't want to be seen as less than whites. Research has shown that blacks are often seen as less than whites, and black is usually a term synonymous with the African American. I actually think that a lot of Africans don't want to be called black because of the stereotypes that are associated with being black, such as being a gangster or being a drug addict. However, as an author by the name of Nadej once said, "You had your own identity in your own country. You were not assigned to a color. However,
this is America, do you understand?
You are considered black." Also, let me expand upon this term African American for those of you who might be confused. African Americans have two identities, an African ancestry and an American ancestry. African Americans are often considered the descendants of chattel slavery, or the transatlantic slave trade. Anyways, Africans and African Americans are sort of like distant cousins, and they have a responsibility to help each other when one is being oppressed. So that's it for this theme in Black Panther of the relationship between Africans and African Americans. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave some comments in the comment section. Thanks for watching.
Chemistry Productions.